If you feel like your coaching business is not growing as fast as you would like it to grow, and you feel like you haven't grown past your current numbers in a very long time, this video, I'm going to walk you through 3 reasons why you can't scale and what you can start to do about it so you can start to see an increase in your numbers for your coaching business. If you're not familiar with me, my name is Opie and I run a marketing company for coaches and consultants, and we help them sign more of their dream clients and scale their coaching business using virtual events. And we've helped our clients generate multiple 7 figures. We've signed over 3,000 plus clients for them, and the systems that we have has gotten our clients some pretty decent results. So the first thing that I usually see whenever we audit a business that is struggling to scale is you are just not doing enough volume, and not just volume in the number of things you do for one system. Say, for example, you run ads. I don't mean you should start spending $2,000 a day if you are currently spending $100 a day. The volume of activities that you do in order for you to actually grow the business. So let me give you an example. For the clients that we have, we do a weekly webinar for these clients. These clients will do a 3-day or 5-day challenge every 2 to 3 months. In addition to that, they will normally have about an evergreen funnel or an evergreen webinar funnel that is running every single day in order to get even more leads. These clients will also have once a month pop-up master classes on the back end that they do just for their email list alone. In addition to that, we're also sending emails every single day for these prospects. Then we also have dialers and setters that are calling all the leads that are coming into the funnels. Then we have salespeople also trying to close these prospects and close these deals. So you can see then the client is still doing content on their social media. They're still posting videos on YouTube. So you can see just how much activity is going on in order to actually scale the business. And these are just for businesses doing about 100 to 200K per month. Now imagine the volume of activities that are required when you're making $1 million a month, 2 million a month, and so on and so forth. So if you feel like you're not just growing the way you want to, or you've been stuck at the same numbers for a long time, it's probably because you don't have enough volume of activities, not enough energy going into the business that will get you the output that you want. So a lot of people are barely even scratching the surface of what is actually required to see the volume of results that you're looking for, because there's just so much that you need to do if you want to grow your coaching business. You have to hit it from as many different angles as possible. You have to hit it from as many different angles as humanly possible. There's this chart that I got from Alex Becker, and the chart just basically explains how if you have a scale of 1 to 10, and let's say 9 is the required effort for you to get the outcome that you want. If you spend 16 years or 20 plus years and you don't still do the 9 level of required efforts, and you don't still do level 9 required efforts, you are not going to get the outcome that you want. You have to keep pushing. You have to keep doing the things that you need to do in your business to scale until you get to that level 9 effort. You will not grow the coaching business. You'll still be exactly where you are right now. So there's the required amount of effort, and then there's what you're currently putting in. If you're not putting in the required amount of volume that it takes to actually grow the coaching business, you are definitely not going to grow, because the market doesn't care about what you put in or the amount of efforts that you put in. It cares about what was required and whether or not you put in enough efforts to get what was required. So you need to start thinking of how can I do as many different activities as humanly possible to see me scale my coaching business to as much money as I want to make. So if you are thinking to yourself that you're already overwhelmed right now and you can't see yourself doing anything else because you feel like you're juggling too much right now in your business, it just means you need to hire people to help you out, pretty much, because you can't do it alone. And if you are truly going to do the volume that is required, you're going to need people to assist you. You're going to need to start making some hiring decisions right now in order for you to scale to that next level that you need. So a good example of this is about 3 years ago, when I was first starting my agency, my business partner and I would spend literally almost the entire day doing cold outreach. And between sourcing the leads, between sending the cold emails, finding the personalized first lines, and so on and so forth, we could barely send about 50 cold emails a day. And that was us working on this almost the entire day. Right now, we send about 300 plus cold emails every single day, and it takes me only about 1 hour a day to manage the system. So that's literally an example of leveraging people and systems to do a lot more than you can do right now. I'm doing about 30x what I was doing before, and I'm spending about 10 times less time because I'm only the one even managing the system right now. My business partner doesn't get involved in this at all, and it only takes me about 1 to 2 hours a day to manage the entire system. That's to show you how much leverage you can get if you have people, if you have systems, you have automations that are assisting you, because the volume needs to be done regardless of how overwhelmed you feel right now, regardless of how much effort you feel like you're putting into your coaching business right now. The volume needs to be done regardless. And unless you start hitting the required volume and the required capacity to grow your business, you're just not going to unlock that next level of growth that you are currently looking for. And something that happened recently that made this really real for me was we recently brought on a sales manager on some of our offers, and yesterday was the first intro call to the team that the sales manager is putting together. So a team of closers and setters, and I believe it was a team of about 6 people. And I remember going on that call and just thinking to myself, these are 6 individual people who are now going to be committed full-time to scale this client's business just because we are trying to unlock the next level of growth for the client. These are like 6 individual people with 6 individual different lives who are going to be committed full-time to working on this business. See the volume that is about to go into this in order to scale the client's business. And there are coaching programs that have sales teams of 50 plus people, 20 plus people. So you can imagine what it takes to actually grow a coaching business, because the volume that you need, the volume just needs to be done. Regardless of how overwhelmed you feel right now, the volume needs to be done. And unless you start putting in the required amount of volume, you are just not going to get to the required level that you want to get to. And as crazy as it sounds, despite everything we are doing right now for clients, we still feel like we could be doing a lot more. We have clients that will still love to scale a lot further. And the only reason why those clients are not scaling further is because we are still not doing the required number of volume that is required. So there's a lot more that is required that we're not putting in right now. The second thing is tracking, and this is a very, very big component when you're trying to scale your business. So if you want to scale, the word scale doesn't mean anything. If you want to scale your business, you need to literally find what is currently preventing you from scaling and fix that problem specifically. And unless you fix that problem, you are not going to unlock the next level of skill that you're looking for. So tracking is the only way that you can identify this. And if you're not tracking anything right now, I will encourage you to start doing that. A good example of this for us is we have an evergreen funnel for one of our clients, and the client was feeling like the evergreen funnel was not working, and she was suggesting that we change the webinar. We switch up a few things. And when we just looked at the numbers and were able to show her that, oh, this evergreen funnel is actually in KPI, the opt-in rate is great. The people who watch the webinar to people who apply, that conversion rate is also great. Those who apply to those who close, that is also great. This funnel is converting at about a 7x ROAS right now. It became more evident that we didn't need to make any tweaks to the funnel. The funnel was actually working. All we had to do was just scale the ad spend and increase the volume of ad spend that was going into the funnel, and we will have been in a perfect position. So this is an example of how having proper data and tracking allows you to make good decisions for your business, because otherwise you are just guessing. You're literally like someone who is blindfolded and you're trying to get from point A to point B. You can't see where you are going. You're just trying different things, hoping something would eventually stick. And if you keep doing that, there's no way you're going to be able to scale, because you need to identify exactly where the problems are, solve those problems, and then go to the next level. Find new problems, solve them, go to the next level, and so on and so forth. One of my mentors literally spent the last 4 months just building custom tracking dashboards, custom tracking sheets, custom tracking systems for all of his clients, just because of how important this is. So the best agencies that I've seen, the best coaching businesses I've seen, they are absolutely cracked when it comes to how they market their coaching business and how they track every single moving part. Because if you don't do this, there's no way you'll be able to grow or scale your coaching business to the next level. And then the final thing that I think gets in the way of people scaling their business is also the business model that they are in. So if you have a coaching program, and first off, you don't even charge high tickets for your coaching program. Say you're charging 2K, it's going to be very hard. Or you're charging like 1K, $500 for your program. It's going to be very hard for you to scale that business, just because you can't profitably invest into paid ads and your CAC to LTV ratio won't be the best, right? So you have to also be in the right type of business model. If you are doing one-on-one coaching with every single person, that's also going to be very hard for you to scale because you are capped on the number of clients you can actually help unless you start hiring more coaches and so on and so forth. If you only sell a $10 per month community, I don't see how you're ever going to get to insane numbers with that unless you have like a 2 million, 3 million follower audience on social media and you just have all this organic traffic coming in for your community. You have to be in the right type of business model. You have to have a coaching offer that costs at least 3K and above. You need to have a system for delivering your service that doesn't take as much time from you alone, where you're leveraging like communities, course content, and so on and so forth. The business model itself has to be dialed in and ripe for scaling before you can even scale the volume or before you can have perfect tracking and so on and so forth. Because you can have all those other things, but if you're in the wrong vehicle or you're in the wrong type of business model, it's going to be very hard for you to scale. So one of my buddies was stuck at 10K per month for a very long time, and he just flipped his business model. He switched from trying to do like a partnership thing with influencers and just selling a coaching offer to them instead. And he's been able to scale that business to 100K plus per month now just by switching the business model. And in his case, every other thing was perfect apart from the business model that he was running. So if you are trying to see whether or not you're in the right business model or your current coaching offer is currently structured the way it's supposed to be structured, just look at what your competitors are doing, find the ones who are actually crushing it, and see how they structure their coaching programs. And you'll find that the way they currently structure their coaching programs would be ideally what you should be doing so as well. But you need to make sure they're actually crushing it, because if you model someone who is not winning and you're trying to win, it's not possible. You won't win literally if you try and model someone like that. So that's pretty much it. If you're trying to scale your coaching business, you just need to have these three things in place. And these are the three reasons why your coaching business won't scale. You're just not doing enough. You don't have proper tracking systems in place, so you can't make quality decisions, and you're probably in the wrong business model. If you fix those three things, I almost guarantee you that you'll be able to grow your coaching business far beyond what you are currently experiencing right now. So if you found this video valuable, I would appreciate it if you like the video so other people can check out this video. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions or if you need me to make certain types of videos, or if you have any types of videos you would like me to make. And if you are a coach and you are looking to scale, there's a link in the description that will allow us to do an audit on your business so we can tell you exactly where the problems are and exactly what you need to do to unlock the next level of growth in your business. If you're interested in that, you can check that out. And aside that, thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.